This video is going to talk you through a little bit of section 6.1 where we refactor the animation, and we're going to include a sound in this example to show you why we need to refactor. Currently the image resets continuously, so when we run, if I click on the G key, you can see that it just resets continuously. If I hold the G key down, doesn't look like it makes a difference. But when we include sound, we're going to notice that it's going to start to maybe it could overload the resources, and it causes this echo effect when we include the sound. So if we take a look at the code, part of this code I've edited from the textbook in order to make this go a little bit quicker. So what I'm going to do, though this is not in your textbook at this time, but I'm going to go ahead and play the sound so you can see what happens when we run this and I hold the key down. So you can kind of hear what I call this echo effect, that it's overloading the resources a little bit right now. Can't quite keep up when I keep pressing it sometimes. So that's what we want to eliminate, is that effect that we have. And the problem is that it's constantly switching between down, white key down, white key.png in your textbook. If we were to take a look at this, it's going to be here in page 105, so you should read through this portion of your textbook because it explains it a little bit more. But what we're going to do is refactor the code, and we're going to introduce this Boolean variable is down. So it's basically going to check to see if it's already down, and if the key is already down, it's not going to keep repeating or keep acting. The new code is going to look like the following here, and this new code is going to check to see exclamation point is down, and what that amounts to is, remember that the exclamation point means not, and so is down, if is down is true, not is down will be false. And so when it checks that, if it's not is down, or if it's not down, or if the G key is already down, and let me go back to that. I said not is down. If it's down, that's true, but not true will be false. So then what happens is, if this turns out to be false in a compound conditional where I ask another question with and, it's never going to look at the rest of this code. It does what we call short circuiting. So if is down is true, not true is false. So basically, if the G key is already down, skip over that line. It does what we call short circuiting out. It will never look at the next part of the code. Likewise, we're going to ask a second if statement, and we're going to reverse the logic. Notice the exclamation point here is gone, and now we introduce it. And so what happens here is, if the key was down, the G key was down, but isn't anymore, then we're going to continue. So if I go back to the code and I make those comments, or I edit it out, I've got my refactored act method below here. I'm going to comment out the current act method. And if I scroll down just to check on my curly braces and such and take that comment out, always try to use the edit options with the auto layout to fix things. I like to have a white space between my decisions. And I also created a private Boolean variable is down. I automatically started with is down being set to false. Remember, it's a good idea to set an initializer for your instance fields. And now let's see what happens in the code. If we run this and I press the G key, if I hold the G key down, it only plays once. And so that's what section 6.1 talks you through. You can see the code in your textbook, and you should read through that code. But we are basically refactoring in order to eliminate that dual effect. And that should wrap up this video.